Use the formula to evaluate the given expressions. So we're supposed to find 6 choose 3. So recall that the formula is if you have n choose r, it's going to be n factorial divided by r factorial times n minus r factorial. And remember the factorial, so n factorial is equal to n times n minus 1 times n minus 2 all the way down to you hit 1. A lot of calculators will have a button for factorials, so you might want to look for that. But if not, you would just take, let's say 6 factorial, you'd take 6 times 5 times 4 times 3, you know, times 1, times 2, times 1, and multiply all those together. Okay, so for our particular example here, 6 choose 3, then I have 6 factorial divided by 3 factorial times 6 minus 3 factorial. So the long way is to just write all this out. So I got 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And down here I got the 3 factorial, so 3 times 2 times 1. And then 6 minus 3 is also 3 factorial. So I have another 3 times 2 times 1. Now one possibility is to plug this into your calculator and multiply it all down. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, multiply all that together and I get 720. In the denominator, 6 times 3 times 2, I get 6 times 6, I get 36. So 720 divided by 36 will give me my answer of 20. And that works. But if you have large numbers, what if you had 20 factorial in the numerator? You don't really want to have to write all that out. So let me show you something else you can do. It's really similar. So rather than multiplying all that out, what I could do is start canceling. So if you notice here I've got the 3, 2, 1. That's going to cancel with the 3, 2, 1 here. And then I can also take this 3, 2, 1, so that's 6, and cancel with this 6. And then that'll leave me with 5 times 4, which is 20. Okay. Another way of writing it, same problem, but just a little bit more compactly, is when I take my 6 factorial in the numerator, and I got, like I said, the 3 factorial in the denominator, I know that the tail ends are going to cancel. So I look at the 6 times 5 times 4 times, I just write it as 3 factorial. That's the 3 times 2 times 1. And so that's going to cancel with that 3 factorial. And then for the other 3 factorial, I list it as 3 times 2 times 1. But I know right away that these will cancel. So and I save time by not having to write them all out. And then I'll still cancel here. So 3, 2, 1 is 6. We'll cancel with a 6. And you can see that once again we have 5 times 4, which will give us 20. Okay, let me go ahead and do another example. I'm going to go ahead and do 9 choose 5. So I've got 9 objects. I want to choose and arrange 5 of them at a time. So we'll have 9 factorial all over 5 factorial times 9 minus 5 factorial. So in the numerator I got my 9 factorial, and then it'll be over 5 factorial times 4 factorial. I want to, like I said, I'm going to cancel. The most I can cancel is with the 9 and the 5 factorials is going to be the 5 factorial. So I'm going to say 9 times 5 times 4. Sorry, let me back that up a second. Thinking ahead. So I get 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the 5 factorial. And again, this 5 factorial, I'm leaving it because I know these two are going to cancel. And then the 4 factorial, I'll write it out. 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, so I start by getting rid of those two big chunks here. So, and again, one option is to just multiply the 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 and then divide that by 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Or if you want, you can try to cancel some more. Like I know that the 4 and the 2 are 8, so I could cancel the 4 and the 2 with the 8. And if, again, I can multiply at this point and divide by 3 or cancel a little bit more. I happen to notice that 3 will go into the 9 3 times. So now what I'm left with is 3, 7, and a 6. So if I multiply those together, I will get, let's see, that'll be 126. Okay, so like I said, here's two different ways of working with the formula for combinations. There's other ways, but I think these here kind of are probably the better ways to do it. And if you do have the factorial button on your calculator, then I would probably go with just computing. Like I said, I would use my calculator to get 6 factorial, and we said that was 720. And then use my calculator to do the 3 factorial and 3 factorial, so 6 times 6. And then you can plug that in at one time and just get your answer of 20. So any of those options will work.